Welcome, everyone, to Lights of Miiva, episode 53. My name is Sam Lander. I'll be your GM, and I have some players.
My name is Zerder, playing a dark silhouette with three question marks underneath it.
Hi, I'm Suda, playing Risha, and she actually used a sword last time.
I'm Mia, and I will be playing Barreled and his big raccoon friend, Lucy.
Hi, I am Sadie. I am playing Zari, the giant barbarian.
I'm Inter. I'm playing the fast monk.
And I'm Ashes, and I play Eberkeith the Wizard.
So last time, a bunch of stuff happened. You guys explored some caverns, but that's not important right now. Because right now, we have a new character to introduce. Because Mia is bringing her 20,000 more character over from the 20,000 more one-shots. So, Barreled, about 2 weeks ago, there was a earthquake that happened near the city of Haifa, where you and the 20,000 crew have been hanging out, warding people off from going into the city. And so you have spent some more time entering the city and exploring around to make sure nothing new has happened. And you think you see in the distance towards the center of town some movement. You're not sure if people or beasts or something is going on. But you see some movement towards the middle of town, and Lucy has her eyes trained in that direction as well.
Okay. Lucy, what are you seeing?
A quick question. Can Lucy speak with you normally, or do you have to have talk with animals up?
My understanding was she just speaks to me normally.
Okay, she's like, I think I see somebody in the distance. Can we go check it out? They might have licorice.
Oh, yes. Well, okay. Absolutely. Let's go.
Okay, this way. Follow me. She darts off in the direction that you saw the shapes.
We're following. Not too fast, Lucy.
Not too fast, but they might have licorice.
Okay.
It's okay. We'll get there.
You guys get to about the center of town here, and you feel something pass over you. Do you have Arcana trained? Is it one of your trained skills, or is it not? It'll have It'll have a little check mark next to it if it is.
All right. Arcana. No.
Okay. So it feels strange, and Lucy goes, What was that? And you find yourself standing in the middle of a dark forest. Tall trees surround you. The smell of peat and like leaves beneath you. You're not 100% sure. You think it's daytime because it's not like pitch black, but as you look overhead, all you can see is canopy above you.
Lucy, is this what just happened? Is this what you noticed?
This doesn't feel right. And she climbs up. She's a medium-sized creature, so she's as big as you are. She climbs up like in your arms, like a big dog that really wants to be held, and thinks it's still small.
Yes.
I don't think this feels right. And you hear a roar in the distance, maybe 100 feet away. And we'll cut back to the other party. So the party, you guys are standing in a dark forest, and Adora looks around and says, "Those are ironwood trees. This is the Lackshank, or at least something really similar. Why would we be in the..." And then Adora, Tiasa, Kashi, Angelica, and Mary Lynn vanish.
Does the forest name give me any hints? Do I know it?
You are a well-read individual. DC is really low. Roll me a history check. Since I don't think there's a geography skill.
Closest one would be nature, I would.
Yeah. History.
say.
The Lackshank Forest is on the western half of this continent, near the south. It is a protectorate of the Kartukian Empire, and it is mostly inhabited by elves and a few half-elves, but really mostly elves. It had long fought off conquering by various parties on the Burgundy coast, before the Kartukian Empire finally captured it. And in the last 10 years or so, the ironwood trees have been the forest is basically starting to be deforested for the purpose of taking out old growth ironwood trees. Yeah, you Lumi, yes, 100%. Not Lumi.
Yeah, I've been
Brunhild.
hanging on to that one because reaction follows. Fuck! Wait, where'd the others go? And I don't have a picture of Brunhild.
We'll have to get you on.
Lackshank. God damn it!
Indeed, what happened to the others?
You were there, we were here, then they were gone.
With a 9? You don't know.
Do I know, like, in what wind direction should we walk to get to population? Do I know that?
You don't know where you are in the forest. Your best bet to find population would be to find a water source, like a flowing river or creek or something like that, and just follow it to the down, like go follow it down river.
Yeah, so basically basic survival.
Yep.
Does anybody?
Does not sound very happy to me. Run away from here. Or
Yeah, maybe. Does anybody have something to scout with, or something that can fly?
the
I
wizard
have
has
an
an owl flying around as her being.
If the owl's tired, I mean, I could throw Gaius up, but you'd have to promise to catch him.
I'm not touching him.
Are
I'm
we
looking
still,
for a branch that I can use as a club to swing.
Are we still in the cave, or is this like an underground forest, or are we in open sky now?
as far as you have never been in forest like this, like the coves of trees that you all, with the exception of Brunhilde, are familiar with, are like you can see an edge from anywhere inside of the thing. You may not be able to see from side to side, right? But they're small enough that pretty much you could see open space from anywhere inside of the trees. And the trees, like, they're not redwoods, but we're talking like 150 foot tall, like 36 inches across, old growth. Like the first branch on these things is probably 50 feet off the ground. And it has like that really broad canopy at the top that like really is really dense and prevents any real light from any large amounts of light from reaching the forest floor. It's not dark. Like it's not like cave dark. It's just very shadowy.
I'm gonna use my orb of time to see if I know which time of day it is.
Orb of time. It would be approximately 5 p.m.
It just divides the day into morning, lunch, afternoon, evening, night,
Or evening.
and tells me which. It is not a watch. It's just it's about this period of time.
Yeah, evening, which is wrong because it was about lunch before.
Well, it's evening. Huh.
Give me an intelligence roll, please. With a 19, it's about the right time displacement from where you were to the actual Langshank Forest.
It's evening, which, oh god damn it, we're actually in the Lagshank Forest. This isn't just some something pulled out of mine or someone else's mind. We're actually here.
You guys hear the sound of somebody like a little out of breath, and they seem to be saying, I'm gonna put some words in your mouth, Beryl, but they seem to be saying, just a little bit further and we'll get away from them. And then you hear a roar in that direction as well. And bursting out from the undergrowth, well, it's not really undergrowth, like from between trees that are broader than shoulders. You guys, with the exception of Brunhild, recognize Beryl and Lucy coming, like, just pell-mell running in your direction.
Is Lucy still in my arms?
No, she's running behind you because you would not be able to make the speed you need holding her.
So who's this?
Hello. Hi. Do you guys hear that roar?
Yes, and what are you doing here?
I don't know. Lucy heard something and we moved toward it and suddenly we were in this forest. What, where is here?
Lakshank Forest on the western edge of whatever continent we were on.
So,
Mia question: does
Yeah.
Beryl know what that forest is?
give me a history check. You might know. You might have heard of it.
I don't think I have.
With a 6, you have heard there are elves there. That's about what you've heard.
Okay.
So,
The place with the elves?
Yep.
Yep.
Do elves roar?
So Lucy is currently pulling at your pants leg, Beryl, and she's like, with her little raccoon paws, she's pointing. And where she's pointing, the rest of you looking up, there is a large gray-skinned creature that is like sniffing at the ground. It has enormous, like almost tusk-like teeth. It has 6 glowing orange eyes, and as it's gripping this tree, its claws are like scoring 2-inch deep gashes into the tree. And it focuses on all of you.
Oh, that's not good.
Beryl, this thing is what you've been running from for the last 10 or 15 minutes. Because you might actually recognize it. I'll give it to you. Everybody else, give me a nature or arcana check, please. Well, Eberkeet and Cryo recognize it. Brunhilde recognizes it. Risha, not so much. Oh, and somebody needs to roll for. Can somebody roll for Leopard? Suda, not Suda. Zari as well, please.
If you're using Beyond 20 still, you can just grab a version of her character sheet on D&D Beyond and hit roll.
I'm working on it. But I didn't know if somebody else had.
I've stopped using D&D Beyond,
Yep.
so
Arcana
every
is
single
0.
tab is down, so I couldn't.
Nature is a +3. All right, so nature
19.
19. Thank you. So everybody except for Risha recognizes this as a gray render, RENDER, as in to rend.
Oh.
Big, tough, and likes to eat people, or pretty much anything that's smaller than itself. And it lowers its head and comes charging in at you. And then you all feel something. And you're back in a cave. Well, you're in a cave system. You're in a cave.
Or Orb of Time.
It's back to just after, like, lunchtime.
Lunch times. Oh, good. We're back on the right side of the continent.
Well, let's get topside then.
Yes. But more importantly, what the heck is an elf?
I tried to find a picture of an elf in a book.
As you
Don't show
two as you two are doing this, and as you guys are getting ready to start heading back to the surface, you hear a roar. Very similar to what you heard before.
Oh no.
It's coming from above you.
Like in the same cave, or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we're somewhere new again, but the thing is still following us. Is that what's going on?
I'm afraid so.
Okay.
So, if I could have everybody please give me an initiative roll.
I don't have a token to select.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
shoot.
on
Sorry,
Python
hold
now.
on. Wrong map. You guys are on the wrong map. Sorry. I went back to the correct one. Everybody except for Beryl should have a token to select. Beryl?
Yes.
I'm just putting your sheet on the thing.
Okay.
You're fine. No, you didn't. Okay, maybe I'm putting your thing on the thing. There you are. Is that?
And am I making an initiative roll from D&D Beyond?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
If you click your token in Roll20 first, I think it automatically updates the turn order tracker with your roll.
Yeah, I cannot select Zari, but I can roll initiative if you want to put him in manually.
Yeah, I can do that.
I'll be there in just a second.
Okay.
Sorry.
Can I? Okay, we need to get Beryl as an icon as well. Okay, that's fine. We also need Lucy, who is a giant badger. Right? No.
Raccoon, how dare you?
Yeah, giant badger.
Raccoon.
Well, I don't have a giant raccoon, but I have a giant badger.
Okay.
If you didn't
Polymorph.
see when you looked at the character sheet, Brunhilde has a dark vision 120.
Okay, I will add dynamic lighting. Why can't I add? Oh, because he didn't have any vision. Night vision. Haha. 120, you said? So you should be able to see things now.
Yep.
Okay. Beryl, Mia, can you see things as well?
On the map,
Yes.
I can see tokens. I can see blue orby things. What I can see is what I can see on your stream.
Okay.
If that isn't okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
Apparently, I don't have a gray render in D&D Beyond. Interesting. Well,
I am curious about the visual of Barreled. The token should be correct, but it's showing some.
so
yeah.
you have it list. You have a character icon uploaded, but you didn't also add it to the token. There's a second
yeah.
spot.
Okay, I'll figure that out.
Yeah, we can figure that out later. I just need a
Yep.
large creature. The chimeras were large. If you would put it, thank you. The art is wrong. So up above you, about 50, 60 feet down the caravan, or down the cave, you see the head and arms of a gray render that you guys just saw, and it is attached to the middle section of a spider, and instead of the spiders like the so head and arms, gray render, abdomen, or thorax, that's the right word, thorax, spider, 8 legs, tail is a scorpion, and it is coming in your direction, and I need to roll its initiative. Whoop. All right. So that gets us to hey, Barreled. You're up first.
Yeah.
It looks mad at you. It's also horrifying.
And distance is
Of what it is in so it's about 65 feet from you right now.
okie doke. So it's horrifying. It's looking at me, and I don't believe I have any ranged weapons that I can see right now. So I think I'm going to run toward it.
Okay.
And I don't know that I will be able to do anything else at this point, correct?
15, 20, 25, 30. Your speed is 60 or 30 rather?
I believe so. Speed 40 feet.
40 feet. So you can get you could get directly below it. You wouldn't be able to reach it because it's up on the ceiling.
Okay.
But you wouldn't be able to. That would take a move to your action as a movement as well. So you could get directly below it if you wanted to. But you just got 40 feet closer to it right now.
Yep. I think staying here. If I'm directly below it, I think I'll just stay.
Okay. Do you want to be directly below it, or do you want to be a little distance from it?
Well, I kind of want to be directly below it because I don't see any distance attacks that I've got on me. I may not have updated things, but just for right now.
It's on the ceiling and directly above your head.
Yeah, which is not a good idea. All right, I got you.
You're fine.
All right. Oh, I'm staying. I'm staying. I've committed to it. That's it.
Lucy acts as you direct. What would you like Lucy to do?
I think I'd like probably what would I'd want her to be safe but also available. Can I have her stand behind me? I'd like her to stand behind me.
20, 25,
to run up behind
30,
me.
40. Yeah, she can get right behind you.
Yes, please.
All right. That would take all of her actions. All right, Iberkeet, you're up.
If I suspect there might be illusionary stuff going on, and I wanted to use an investigate check to take a good look at this monster thing about that would be an action, right?
Correct. To really like take the time necessary to suss that out would be an action.
I think I'm gonna do that.
I'll also give you more information. Yeah, I'll give you information depending on your roll. So,
okay. I also get a plus D4.
Right. 14. You are not seeing anything that looks illusory about this. It looks real as far as you can tell. Actually, this would have made this thing one size category larger, not just it is huge. So it appears to have no issue hanging onto the ceiling. You don't see any like spider web, although you do see the tip of the tail moving like it might be able to make attacks. And yeah, nothing looks like illusions here.
Okay. I'm gonna also generally move in a towards it sort of way.
Okay.
Back where that,
That was
was.
such a
Alright.
great phrase. Generally move in a towards it sort of way. That was beautiful. I'm sorry. Continue.
And that should be my entire turn.
Okay. Zari, you're up.
Oh boy, here we go again. Let's see. Ruler. 45 feet. And may I have Big Zari?
Of course, you may always have Big Zari. I will even make Big Zari in the direction that is helpful for you. You're tall enough and it's big enough that Big Zari can probably hit it if you have an action left.
Yes, I do have an action left. Because my movement speed is 45.
Yep.
Because Barbarian.
Right. .22 will hit.
-16.
Minus 16 damage.
And attack the second.
All right. 16 will miss.
Okay. That is me.
The Inferno engine seems to, with the second swing, you hit this thing, but it like bounced off of this like rubbery, pallid gray skin. Jawbreaker.
He's just gonna fly around, keep an eye on things. In case I need to know anything.
Perfectly valid. Brunhilde.
I'm going to start walking towards the thing. 20 feet will do. Not that I actually needed it. And start casting Tasha's Mind Whip. But it's gonna go off slightly faster than expected because I'm using Quicken spell on it.
Okay.
So I'm casting it as a bonus action.
DC 17.
Int save.
Int save. Well, this thing has really terrible int, so good choice. 8. So failed.
No. It takes 12 damage. And more. Just gotta pull up the thing. On its next turn, it must choose whether it gets a move, an action, or a bonus action.
Oh.
It gets only one of the three.
Well, that's fun.
And then, with my action, I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost.
22 will hit.
Is one of those a cantrip?
Yep.
Yes,
Ray
Ray
of
of Frost
Frost.
is the cantrip. Does 9 cold damage.
It is frosted over slightly.
I'm just gonna end my turn.
Cryor.
I'm gonna move 40 feet. And I'm gonna pull out my new toy, and I start charging it up by moving it around my body. It's the rope dart.
Mm-hmm.
Myself, but I'm gonna do my best.
And that's it.
Okay. Risha, your turn.
So this
And
is
you
me starting.
And you said this was a spider-like chimera this time?
Well, it's head and torso and arms. So think Drider, but instead of a person's front part, it's a gray render front part, and then it has the thorax and legs of a spider, and then it has a tail of a scorpion.
Okay. As Risha starts running towards it, she's gonna be 8-legged puppy. No.
It's not
And
a puppy.
Of course, her usual.
So 17 damage.
Affirmative.
All right.
What have they done to you? What did they add to your poor body?
Okay. It's now the Chimera's turn. So it only gets to choose action,
Move,
attack, or
Action or bonus action.
well, since there's a Zari in range, it will choose action. Doing a multi-attack, it will first swing at Zari with a claw. 13 to hit.
Does not hit.
All right. Then swinging the scorpion tail at you. 18 plus 8 is a 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right, I need you to make a
That had to be the one.
Constitution saving throw, please.
I'm good at those.
Yeah. And 16 damage. 16 piercing damage. 21, you are not poisoned. So 16 halved to 8, I believe. And then it also gets a bite attack at you, 11 to hit.
Does not hit.
All right. So only thing that got you was the tail, and that is its turn because that's all it can do. Berald, it's directly above you, and it just took a stab at Zari.
Okay. I also a couple of things. I looked up a gray render while you guys were talking.
Uh-huh.
That thing looks absolutely terrifying.
Now it has
go ahead.
Not only does it look like that, but think it has a spider body.
Right. Additional. Like I could get an idea of what a spider body and a scorpion tail was, but the other part of it I was not sensing. I also realized I did not level up my character as far as spells, so I'm still doing stuff from first and second level, but we'll be fine for today.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. So, am I within range at this point to give a swipe with my long sword? Oh no.
You could leap up and try.
Yeah.
But you would be at disadvantage because it's on the ceiling and you're on the floor, and it's just right at that limit.
Oh my goodness. I am looking at
what else?
My spells are things like animal. Oh, I wonder if I could. I am suddenly forgetting where it is that I can see my spells. There it is. I do have Summon Beast.
Sure.
And I'm wondering if it would be possible for me to summon a flying creature or something that could also be up on the ceiling. I'm gonna say a flying creature. Is that possible?
I will give you a. Oh yeah, no, you can summon a flying creature because the flying creatures have flyby.
And what does?
It
Sorry,
means
what is?
means you can fly up, hit it, and fly away without attackers of opportunity. So yes, you may summon a bestial spirit.
All right, I am summoning a bestial spirit. I probably should know what kind of flying creature I am summoning, or
Yeah, medium-sized bird. So you're talking like hawks or eagles or that sort of thing.
hawk. Absolutely, I'm summoning a hawk.
Okay, we'll use that right there. Did it?
And then I
There it is.
cast it. Correct.
Yep. So that was your spell. It gets to act. Oh, come on. It acts on your
it's
initiative, basically kind of like Lucy does.
Okay, doke.
And I have the thing open, so.
So I have finished with that spell summon. I do not plan on moving. That is the end of Berold's turn, correct?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So then can we do our hawk friend next?
Yep.
And so is that casting?
So it can fly in and attack and then fly away.
So what roll would I do?
It is
Just like a roll?
Spell attack modifier to hit.
11 plus. Oh no. So roll. Spell attack is +5. So there's a little symbol. You should just be able to roll a spell
there it
attack.
is. Okay.
14. The hawk flies in, scrabbles at its tough skin, flies away, unable to actually do any damage.
Poop. All right. And then for Lucy, are raccoons capable of climbing walls?
I do not believe they have a climb speed.
Yeah, so I suppose I don't know that there's anything Lucy can do right now. I can't think of anything that I would want Lucy to do.
Okay.
Can Lucy use the help action to help Zari?
Not from her current position.
Okay.
Then
a
can we
suggestion.
move her to
What the problem is it's on the ceiling and Lucy's on the ground.
Yeah, so.
And Zari's the only one that's tall enough to just swing.
but if
Yeah.
I moved Lucy over to Zari when you were saying from her current position. Oh,
No,
you
no,
mean
no,
Lucy has to actually be able to reach the animal, the creature as well?
Correct.
Yeah.
Got you. Apologies. Thank you. All good.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Iberkeet.
Yes, I'm going to use an acid damage chromatic orb with a level 3 slot.
Oh boy.
We'll
Attack.
see.
Will attack roll? Is it or is it a save?
It's an attack.
16 will miss.
Okay, I'm going to use my inspiration then.
Go for it. That's why we have it. 25 will absolutely hit.
Wow.
3,
Holy cow.
32 acid damage.
So this orb of acid hits this thing in the shoulder and just like eats into and through its flesh at the shoulder, and the thing's like like brushing at it. Ow. It looks madder, if that's possible.
And I'll
Zari, you're
let
up.
That be my turn. Yeah.
Rolling attack the first.
Go for it.
That's a crit.
That's a crit. Oh no.
That'll hurt.
Uh-huh. Especially with that Inferno engine. So that is, it's more than that damage though. So that is 5 doubled to 10. So that is plus 3, 13, plus another 10 is 23, plus 2 is 25, plus 8 is 33?
Yep.
Yep.
Sounds right.
Okay. So, Zari, you hit this thing in that same acid-etched shoulder, and the Inferno engine digs in and chops through it, lopping that arm off. The thing screams in pain, and as it is screaming in pain, like you can see there's a glow starting from inside of it. Anybody who has Arcana trained, please make an Arcana check. And you guys feel a wind blowing down this tunnel. With a 20, Eberkeet gets it. As this thing gets bigger. Good news. Beryl, you can hit it now.
Oh.
Because it's now filling the entirety of this area of the passage.
Yeah.
Eberkeet, something outside of this creature cast enlarge upon it.
Oof.
And with a 20, that something outside of this creature is continuing to cast enlarge upon it. Jawbreaker, you're up.
Hold on, that was only my first attack.
Oh, never mind. Zari, you're still up. Hit it again.
Yes, and since I did a critical, my crusher special activates, and attack rolls against the creature are made with advantage until the start of my next turn.
By anybody or just you?
It says it doesn't specify, so I'm guessing by anybody.
Okay, so everybody gets attack rolls advantage against this thing. Nice. Probably distracted it by knocking its arm off with basically a hammer. Go for 18 will miss. Oh no, advantage. 25 will hit. Uh, 17 damage. 23 damage. The biggest thing you notice about hitting this thing again, Zari, is that it is tougher than it was before.
It's not how that spell works.
Anyway. Jawbreaker, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep him scanning around the room with maybe a perception check to see if he can spot any giveaways that there's an invisible creature.
Give me a perception check, please.
Perception. There it is.
You have advantage.
Okie dokie.
Because Jawbreaker has advantage on things like sight.
Yeah, but I didn't know if that counted for looking for invisibility. But he rolled a 20.
Natural 20. So when they have invisibility, they roll advantage on their stealth check, and then if you have advantage, you also roll advantage, and it kind of cancels each other out, but it kind of doesn't. What Jawbreaker sees is so Eberkeet and Jawbreaker share kind of a mind link where they can almost share thoughts. And Iberkey, you know what was going on with the whole like enlarge thing going on. And Jawbreaker is like trying to spot something hidden, trying to notice the hidden everything. And what Jawbreaker sees is almost a kind of tether heading in the direction that you guys were going to move away from before like you arrived back here. There's kind of a tether of energy that's just not even... It's like a heat shimmer or other like air movement. It's not like a light, right? But there's this tether of energy that is moving back away from this creature back up the cave. And that's what Jawbreaker sees with a natural 20.
Okay. Then that'll be it.
Brunhilde, you're up again.
Yeah. Think maybe we try just a repeat? Seemed to work.
Tasha's Mind Whip, DC 17. Well, intelligence is the correct save. I rolled a 4 and got a 0. So, success?
12 psychic. And its next turn, it can choose between a move, an action, or a bonus action.
Yep. All right.
And then Ray of Frost.
Go for it. 21 will hit.
And for 7 cold. Also, I have an inkling that Ray of Frost does something.
I think it slows the person.
Speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn.
Right. Yeah. Crier, you're up.
How many feet am I away from it? 40?
Well, whatever distance the map shows, because it's filling the entire vertical space of this cave now.
25.
Yeah.
So I spent my movement to charge the weapon a little bit more.
Correct.
I spent 1 charge for that to increase the range.
Okay.
And then 3 charges for extra damage. And then 4 charges for a +2.
Okay, I'll accept that you can do that. You have advantage. You roll with advantage because of the crusher feat. So make your roll. 26 will hit.
28.
28 will hit as well.
Yeah. And then the damage is, I said, 1 extra d4.
Um,
10.
10 damage. This thing is on its last legs. Anyway.
Do I spend key points? Low intelligence, we said.
Yes.
No, we don't have that. I don't spend my key points.
Okay.
Next.
Risha, you're up.
Sniffle, 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 sniffle. What have they done to you, you beautiful creature? How
24 will
dare
hit.
they.
You have advantage on these, so we'll go with the 24. Those two are being your first roll, so 24, and then roll with advantage for your second one as well.
I wasn't pushing shift hard enough.
Apparently. 19. So the 24 is the only hit. Doing 13 force damage.
Ugh.
And you feel an itch in the back of your brain.
Yeah.
And now it's the Chimera's turn. So it can only still do the one thing. Zari, you've been doing the most amount of damage to this thing. It's mad at you.
Of course it is.
So it will attack you with its remaining arm and its scorpion tail and its bite attack. So remaining arm, 14 plus 10 is 24 to hit.
That hits.
Doing 12 plus 18 damage. It's
that is 9 halved.
Yes. Second attack is 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
This is the tail, so again it is that 5 7 damage. Have
Okay, do I need to
3.
make con save?
And make a constitution save, please. 22 is plenty. And then its bite attack is 14. 24 to hit.
That hits.
It does 22 plus 6, 28 piercing damage, have to 14. It's just like gnawing on Yuzari. And
Ow.
then a pulse.
I am beyond critical.
A pulse of energy. Those of you who can hear it can almost feel it pulsing into this thing, and it gets bigger. Barreled, you have, make me a reflex save, please.
Reflex.
Dexterity.
Yep.
Dexterity.
Dex save. Here we go. Saving throw. Yeesh.
You are crushed underneath this thing as it grows another size category bigger, and you are pinned by it.
Does that make me incapable of doing?
No, you can still
anything on this turn?
attack it, or you can try to escape its being pinned.
Well, that's poopy because I wanted to cast Cure Wounds on Zari.
You're within reach of Zari. You can still do that.
So I have the option of either. Well, I can probably move after, possibly, or attempt to move after.
It's an action to try to get away from this thing's pin.
All right, so I have either the option to attack, to help Zari, or to get away. Correct.
Unless you have like Misty Step or something.
I don't believe I do. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
All right.
And so I'm just going to go ahead and press this button. Now, do I get... is there advantage on casting spells too, or is it only on attacks?
You don't need to roll to attack. Zari lets you touch her, so.
Okay.
Yeah. So you heal... Zari heals 7. You have 0 movement because you are pinned, but it's your friend's turns.
All right. I would like the hawk to swoop through and attack again.
All right.
And it was the spell attack, correct? Let's go.
You have advantage, so roll it again just in case you get a critical.
Didn't that go away when Zari?
Oh, wait.
Or no, Zari hasn't gone
Zarni
yet.
hasn't gone yet.
Yep.
Long turn is long.
Did you roll that second time just to see if you got the crit?
I did. I got 25. Is that not showing up? Or was that?
It didn't show up for me in the chat, but I don't think it. No, 25 is a critical. That's a hit. That's a critical.
Okay.
Oopsie, and I don't know why I did that. So you do 1d8 plus 4 damage plus the spell's level. So
roll
a d8, double that number, and then add 5. Wait, 6. Yeah, add 6.
So 4 plus 4 is 8,
8,
and then add 6
6.
would be 14.
So tell me how your bird takes this thing down.
It's gigantic. I'm going to say
Colossal even.
that the hawk swoops over to its face, claws the eyes, and rips them out of its head. Oh wait, it's got a couple of heads, doesn't it? No.
It has only one head. It has one head.
Yeah.
6 eyes.
6 eyes.
6 eyes. They're big claws, three eyeballs each, and just grabs all the eyeballs out.
So this hawk flies over to this beast and just starts savaging its face, pecking
Correct.
and clawing,
Correct.
and it comes over as the thing collapses on the ground and lands next to Lucy and Beryl and just starts eating the eyeballs from its claws. Just proud.
Good girl. Can we get this thing off of me though?
And that is the end of combat, because it is dead.
That was fun.
Well, that was new. Creature growing every time it seemed to be almost dead.
I'll try to lift the creature while looking at Zari.
This thing is too heavy to move, other than just like giving Beryl enough space to move out from under it. And
Can I say that Lucy helps with like grabbing onto his shirt and helping pull him back?
Oh yeah.
Backward. Okay.
That dog pulling on a rope toy sort of motion.
Brunhilde will also aid in getting the amusing ranger out from underneath the thing.
Thank you.
This thing, the blood and viscera of it smells terrible. It's not red blood. It's kind of a gray, thick ichor almost. And it fills the entire cavern, like side to side, top to bottom, basically. Now that it is no longer alive, there's a little bit of gap up near its like top above it that you can maybe get past, but it is filling this cavern.
Anyone seen anything like that before? That thing kept growing and growing.
Never seen it before.
I'm going to go ahead and use my once per long rest free detect magic to see if I can follow that trail.
It's fading now that this thing is dead. This whole place all around you is suffused with a very low level, and I don't remember the spell schools very well, but teleportation school magic.
I think that falls under
Conjuration.
Conjuration. And the tether going back is a much stronger like line of transmutation magic. We're talking 4th, 5th level spell strong. And it's going basically, if you like climb up onto this beast and get to where you can look past it, which is disgusting, but possible. It is like the center of this cave. Just this like, it looks under your detect magic like a stream of wind, but you can see it like glowing.
I kind of just start going that way if I can get past the creature.
Yeah, it's not too hard for you. You are small.
Without conferring with anybody, I just go.
Ibigit.
Where's that one going?
Are we following?
Guess so.
Seems not wise to let someone wander off alone, at least. Brunhilde will follow, at least.
All right. You guys start following Eberkeet down this tunnel. Eberkeet, with 10 minutes of concentration, you're able to make several turns. Like, you're able to pick a path several turns. As the time goes on, this bind of power is getting progressively... Oh, there it showed up.
Better late than never.
Yeah, progressively like weaker. It's getting wispier, kind of like a snuffed candle flame. The smoke, it starts off really strong right after you snuff it, and then it just kind of, as time goes on, it kind of fades away. But you're able to track it through several turns, and it's as you're following it, you feel this breath of air swing past you again. In and out. That the last of the trail of this spell flitters in the wind. But this breath of wind is conjuration. There's just this faint conjuration magic that goes along with it. And it's in a direction.
So we've been following a while now. Are you gonna let us in?
Oh, I'm following a magic trail. Something was making that thing bigger.
And we want to know what that something was.
Of course.
Could be a way to mitigate or stop whatever's happening. If it has such control over the creatures that it can enlarge them at will several times, it could probably just make new ones. So
We have a friend in a box and orders to report stuff.
And I am not going to be able to take another battle like that. Sorry says is they're kind of holding their side from the multiple gashes and wounds.
Well, I got a healing potion, but that doesn't do anything good, I think, in the numbers.
Another breath. In and out.
Could we find this place again?
I could try to make a map.
Give me, Cryor. Give me. You have cartography tools, don't you?
Tool check.
Tool check, please.
Boom. Calligraphus.
Calligraphy, as in copying text, not copying maps.
Yep.
Lumi was the one with the cartography.
Oh. So you don't have. You can make it. You can try to make a map. You would not gain your proficiency. So it'd
Yeah,
be.
I have the equipment for it, but I'm not trained into it.
Right.
Lumi was.
So intelligence or wisdom. But not
Not
proficiency. Yep. 21. It takes you a while, but conferring with Iberkeet, conferring with Brunhilde, conferring with everybody, you actually get yourself a pretty good layout of the tunnel system to here. It's not to scale, but it's more of a turn left, turn right, go straight sort of like, we walked down this way for a while. It was about this many feet. Then we turned left at this one. And in spite of Risha's less than stellar leading you back, you have a map that you think can get you back to this location at least. And it also acts as a map to help you get out of this location.
So now we got options. I'm not sure if we can take a short rest, if we can heal up enough. Or if we just try to get to the surface and...
Mid-afternoon. If you guys wanted to try to find a location to sleep the night, you can. That would be what you need for a short rest.
Yep.
It's a several-hour walk back out of here.
Probably want to have a short rest anyway.
Probably 6-ish hour from what you think, looking at your map, walk out of here.
Yeah, so let's find a place to camp for the night, get some rest, and try to make our way back to the surface tomorrow. I don't know how time works underground.
The same as above.
Orb of time, likely afternoonish.
Yeah, afternoonish.
So yeah, we'll make our way back, and if we find a safe spot, we'll set up camp.
You had not terribly far from here, maybe an hour-ish. You had a dead end where you fought those one creatures that you could get to. It's a small leap away. That's the thing that comes to mind. You could also look for another place with a nature check if somebody wanted to do that.
I can do a nature check.
Go for it.
18.
So you guys start leading the way back to that one place. And Beryl, you're kind of going, well, what about that spot right there? And you point to it's a hole that's large enough for you guys to go through, but you're pretty sure that it dead ends in kind of like you only would have to worry about something coming from one direction as opposed to coming from multiple.
Yeah, this spot over here I think is a pretty good place to camp. We only need to defend one side, so I'm kind of new to the group, but that's my suggestion.
Sounds as good as any to get sleep. The less direction we need to defend from is the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
You guys climb up into this cave. It's just, the opening into it is just large enough for Zari to fit through. Her broad shoulders, aching, managed to squeeze her way in. And inside of this is a fairly decent sized room. It's probably 35 feet on a side. At the entrance of this place, you can hear kind of a whistle sound every few seconds as wind blows past either toward or away. And you may take a short rest.
Only got 2 hit dice left, so not gonna spend those. Maybe 1.
All right. So yeah. Unfortunately, your healer is no longer here. But yeah. Short rest. Zari's back up to being able to take 1 hit.
I'm back up to half health. But I still only have 1 big Zari left in me.
Right. You might want to say that out loud, Risha.
Now that we get a chance to rest, Beryl, I know we've met before, but you haven't met the whole party. And since you're going to be here for a while, it seems, I need to formally introduce you to my best friend in the whole world, aside from Mom, of course, Gaius. Here, Gaius, say hi. Be nice, no insults.
Brunhild, you see Risha pull a skull out of her pack with very faintly glowing green eyes.
The fuck?
What? Hello? What am I supposed to do?
It grins at both of you in a way that only a skull can, because it doesn't actually move other than just what Risha does with it. But it's, it's got a great toothy grin.
Well done, Gaius. Those manner lessons were paying off. I'm proud of you. As she puts it back, seemingly just on her belt, but it vanishes.
Now I grab the box, dimension box.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is our friend Lumi.
Wait, did you say Sorry, this is me a question. Did you say books?
Box, B-O-X.
Box.
Oh,
You met Lumi before. Lumi looked nothing like a box before.
right. Okay.
Oh, you said before we had a friend in a box, and I didn't. You really meant a friend in a box. Louis, you look different from last time. What's going on?
He can't talk. He's turned into stone, and we put him in the box.
Oh, he's stone in a box.
Yep.
Okay. Can Lumi hear me?
Probably
Think
not.
so.
Oh,
All right. And Beryl just gives a little tap tap on the box. And I'm going to say that Lucy comes up and puts her little paw on the box as well.
I already knew you guys were weird when we met last. But dear God, the skulls and Brunhilde just sighs real heavily and just goes moseying off near the entrance to grab a watch.
Beryl, you've never met this human lady before. I guess you don't know that she's human, other than she doesn't have pointy ears or green skin or tusks or anything else that might indicate Feyan and ancestry. But you've never met her before. Brunhilde, you've never met this other person either. He was not part of the party before.
were you including me in that? Because you're new to me, too. I'm Beryl. I wasn't with this crew a lot before. Hi.
Hi, I'm Brunhilde. Where the fuck did my group go?
Oh.
They disappeared in the Lakshank forest.
That's where we were. Oh, right. I don't know the answer to that, but hello, my name is Beryl, and this is Lucy.
Hello, Beryl. Hello, Lucy.
A person-sized, just like 150 pounds raccoon walks up to you and like motions with her hands at you like she wants something.
Do you have any licorice, Brunhilde?
There's a happy chattering sound from the raccoon.
Yeah, Lucy, I got it. I'm asking.
Oh my gosh, I can never get over how cute her little grabby hands are, Beryl.
No.
I'm afraid I don't have any licorice. The closest thing is we were gearing up for a longer-ish foray into this massively confusing cave system and just grabbed some rations before we went down.
The raccoon makes begging eyes at you at mention of rations. You think she can understand you somehow, at least a little bit.
I mean, if you could spare a ration or two, I think that'd be nice. I think Lucy would like that too.
Happy chittering sounds.
You guys, even you, Beryl, you guys are weird. As Brunhilde digs into her pack and grabs a single ration and throws to Lucy.
Oh, thank you.
Lucy
Thank you very much.
takes it,
You'll get
like happily, like hugs your leg, Brunhilde, puts it in her mouth, and then goes skittering over to Zari. Me making an assumption, but Zari, I'm pretty sure you have a cook pot that's starting to get set up.
Yep.
And upon seeing the cook pot, Lucy, wrong name, Lucy, like as you're adding the stuff to like makes do like water and stuff to it, she dunks the ration into the cook pot and then, wipes it off, and then just does the whole raccoon washing thing into the cook pot with this ration until she finally just starts eating it.
You're welcome.
Happy chittering sounds. Beryl, you hear as she's making these happy chittering sounds. You hear in Lucy's voice, it's no licorice, but I'll take this any day, and it's nice and clean now, and num 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 num.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we'll be okay here, Lucy.
Wow, the smell. Despite their weirdness, the smell of the cooking food, Brunhilde, is amazing. You have never been camping. You've been camping many times in your life, or like on the road. You have never had food smell as good as this does while not at a restaurant, not at an inn, not at some place that has time and payment to make food. And you all can feel your stomachs growling at the smell of this food. Like, this is gonna be a good one.
You see Brunhilde's nose do the archetypical smelling of delicious food, just go almost like an animal. Just, oh, that smells so good.
Careful, she may put bugs in it.
What?
Honestly, if it tastes as good as it smells, I wouldn't mind.
I think with a natural 20, I would like Zari, please roll 1d4, please. Everybody heal 2 hit points from the just amazing pot of food that Zari has crafted for this evening.
But I only have 1 hit point to heal.
Oh, that other one's just gonna be wasted.
Could be awarded
Take
as
her extra
temporary
one
hit.
because I had 3 to heal.
Temporary hit points is brilliant for things like that, because
Sure,
Brunhilde didn't take any damage.
Actually, sure. We'll say you get 2 temporary hit points instead of healing 2 hit points.
Oh, nice.
The evening watch starts. Who is taking which watch?
Brunhilde was already positioning for first watch, so she has a lot on mind to sort through with her old friends, less old friends, and even less old friends just vanishing and being left with weird new acquaintances.
All right. First watch, please roll me 1d20. $16. After eating supper and getting yourselves situated, the cave system grows quiet as people fall asleep. You're soon left with only the kind of faint whistling of the air moving past the front of this place. And then there's a pause in that, and you feel that same disorientation is the wrong word, but you feel that same wash of energy flow over you. Or flow kind of in front of you. And you hear voices in the distance at the very edge of hearing. Please give me a perception check.
That's everyone?
No, just Brunhilde as she is awake.
That's right. Sorry.
No, you're fine. with a 23, you recognize Elvish, and you're pretty sure you hear the sounds of Angelica swearing in Elvish in the distance. The sound echoes through and then grows quieter and then fades away. It wasn't
but I'm right here.
It wasn't the sound of conflict. It was more, with a 23, more consternation.
Sounds about as frustrated that someone you knew disappeared that Brunhilde herself had shown.
Yes.
Yeah, she just, like, for 20 seconds afterwards just sits there quietly. But I'm right here. Wait, stop. I'm right here.
The remainder of the watch passes without further sound, other than the air is now still. You no longer hear the whistling, breathing sounds. Breathing is the wrong word, but that, yeah, like air moving in one direction, air moving in the other direction sounds. Who you gotta give second watch to?
I think Beryl would take second watch because the cave was his suggestion. If that's
All right.
okay.
Yep. Please roll me a d20 if you would, Beryl.
Oof. I'm not sure why it's not showing up when I make this roll now.
Sometimes it just doesn't. With a 1, because it's just a delay.
Okay.
Mia may need to go turn off her animated dice.
Oh, that might be it. I think I turned it on. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. It gets there eventually, and I have a game log of it. So,
okay.
With a 1. Okay. I need to make a roll or two. Hold, please.
I thought I recognized that sound.
Okay, that's okay. Beryl, you feel a tremble in the ground, and you then hear somewhere in the far distance, echoing in this cave, voices, like, it's so far away that you can't really make out. Well, give me a perception check, please. It's really hard to make out, like, words and language. With a 15, they're speaking in a language you don't recognize. You hear the sound of conflict and then, like, happier sounds, if that makes sense. So you hear, like, the clash of metal ringing up the hallway just ever faintly, and then you hear voices raised in a triumph is probably the wrong word, but you hear voices raised, and they have with a 15, really hard to tell. There's definitely some stress, but some overall, like it wasn't like screams of pain and dying. It was more like conflict and eventual victory.
And does it sound? Did it come and go? Is it still going on? Is it getting closer?
It didn't get any closer. It only lasted about 30 seconds, 35, 40 seconds. Like since you heard the initial like scream and maybe a clang of metal on metal. And it's just that you think if this place were louder, like where it had naturally blowing breeze, but there's no really wind or anything, any noise like that, it would be too far away to hear.
How far into my shift does this happen?
Near the start of it.
Okay. I'm trying to think how important it is for me to share with the group right now. Since it's near the start, my thought is I'd want to catch Brunhilde and ask her if she had heard anything similar on her watch.
Okay.
Yeah, that we'll do that. Yeah.
Okay. So Brunhilde just like it's hard to fall asleep in a cave with people you're not super familiar with, who you're not sure you trust, but you know they did like they're on the same side of conflicts in general that you have been before. And just as you just got to sleep, you feel a hand on your shoulder kind of gently waking you.
What?
Hi, no,
what's happening?
hi. It's Berold. I'm so sorry to wake you. I heard something, and I just wanted to check with you to see if you heard the same thing when you were on your watch. I heard sort of in the distance, not very clearly, but it sounded like a group of voices. I couldn't understand what they were saying, but it sounded like there was some kind of like maybe kind of an argument or something, and then it sounded like there was sort of it ended like positively, like in a good way. I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but did you hear anything like that?
Closest thing I heard was that I thought I heard one of my original companions be very annoyed at something, just about as annoyed as I was that they were gone and I was here. It sounded like maybe she could have been annoyed that they were there and I was gone. Other than that, I didn't hear anything.
Do you think she might have been like with people? Because that could have been what I heard. You know, maybe that first sort of type of sound that I heard was annoyance.
If she was with people, she would be with four other people, which was the rest of my party.
That tracks about right, Beryl, for what you heard.
Okay. Yeah, that actually sounds like that could have been related to what I heard. Do you think we should tell the rest of them? I know you don't know them like a lot better than me, but you definitely know them a little better than I do.
I don't know these guys any. I met them like half a week ago, or maybe a week ago, and some people in my party were very careful about them.
Oh.
So
that's...
to me, it's just sounding like my other party came back and were trying to find me, or maybe they're just blowing off steam. I don't know.
Hey, well, I mean, do you think they'd attack this group between you and me?
My old group? No.
Yeah.
They wouldn't attack just without provocation and reason.
All right. One more question. Do you want to go find them? Do you think? Like, or should we just stay put for the night?
I want to find them, but the survival instinct. This place is weird. This
like
whole
that?
cave system is weird. I'm not going out there alone, and I'm not asking anyone else to help me yet. So I'm just gonna try and figure out something while we're going.
Okay. All right. I think that's all I got. I hope you get some sleep. And I think what I'll do is I'll tell the next person on watch when they come, when it's their turn.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
All right.
And yeah,
Go
it
ahead.
sounded like Beryl was just going to do, like, it didn't sound like it was this big emergency, so it would be information that Beryl would pass on to the next person.
Yep. So who would take next watch?
I'll go ahead.
All right. So you wake Iberkeet. Iberkeet startles awake.
Oh, sorry. Just barreled. Hi.
Iberkeet,
It's your turn for the watch.
you were having you know what premonition dreams feel like. You were having one of those, but as Beryl wakes you up, the structure of the dream fades from your mind and you just can't quite hold on to it.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
I rub my
It's-
eyes before I put my mask on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you tell me about the mask, Mia? What?
It's wood carved, and it resembles an owl.
Okay.
Did it
Are
take some
we-
damage at some point? I vaguely remember. Or no, that was the other one that got damaged, and so you carved
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah, and that the first one was a skull, which I'm
Oh,
not
right.
comfortable with anymore.
Correct.
Are we allowed to to see Brigitte without the mask?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
This
So
is the
Beryl
way.
will. Oh, go ahead.
Just making a Mando reference, sorry.
Oh, okay. I'll just say that Beryl relays the information to Iberkeet. And I could role play it if you want. I don't know if you wanted to spend the time doing it.
I'm happy for anybody to roleplay it ever.
Okay, so, first of all, I like your mask. That's neat. I imagine is it hard to breathe? That's not important. Anyway, so first and second watch, we heard something. Brunhilde, she said she heard what sounded like one of her former group members. They were calling out or sounding very annoyed. And then when I took watch, I heard a group of people, maybe around 4 or 5 people, and they sounded, I couldn't understand what they were saying, but they sounded like they were kind of, sort of fighting with each other, and then eventually it sounded like it had resolved itself. And I told Brunhilde about this, and she said that possibly could have been her group, but she didn't want to do anything about it. So didn't sound like there was going to be any danger to us, so I just figured I'd tell you.
Okay, we'll keep an ear out.
Okay. Should probably keep 2. Okay, I'm gonna go lay down. Have a good watch.
Thanks.
Iberkeet, can I have a perception check from you, please? Do you don't have night vision, but your bird does. Give me a perception check for Jawbreaker, actually.
Perception. Ooh.
With an 11, Jawbreaker doesn't notice. All right, give me a roll of a d20, please. This shift, this passes quietly. After most of the way through your shift, the like breathing or moving air sensation picks back up, and you can hear it whistling at the edge of the tunnel that leads into this area. But otherwise, the watch goes quietly.
Okay.
And Risha with final watch. With a 2. Can I have you make a perception check for me, please, Risha? 13. So, partway through your shift, the breeze stops in the hallway again, and you feel like a pulse of something happening. And that's pretty much all you notice. Just something happened, and the wind has stopped. And it is now morning. Well, 8 hours have passed of a short rest.
Sorry, it's breakfast time. Do we have any non-bug breakfast?
I didn't put any bugs in the food last night, okay? Jesus.
I'm just making sure breakfast isn't bugs too.
One time.
To
Once
be
was
honest,
more than enough.
if you could get bugs to smell as delicious as last night, I'd probably eat it every day.
As you're getting like you're starting to get ready to start cooking for breakfast, Zari, you notice your pot is missing. And a quick search around finds it on top of a raccoon who is currently licking the bottom of it and is like pushing it slowly across the floor as she's like trying to get every last little bit of it out.
Lucy, I thank you for cleaning my pod, but I need that for breakfast.
As you say her name, she like uses raccoon grabby hands and grabs both edges of the pot and like pulls it closer over her head and won't let go.
Give me the pot, please.
Chitter, chitter, chitter.
Lucy, stop it. Come here. You've gotten enough now.
She lets go with like suddenness and then gives you that like hurt puppy dog expression and then like goes over to Barreled.
Come here, you.
You guys wake up. Biggest thing you notice is there's no like air movement sound in the hallway. It has gone away again. Iberkeet, could I have Jawbreaker give me a perception check, please? 21. Jawbreaker notices a distortion in the center of the hall that is not that comes into this little area that you guys are, but in the like hall that you guys traveled down to get to here.
Is it like leading back the way we came from?
It's basically at the distance that he can see in both directions.
Okay, so I'm going to assume that's connected to whatever I was tracking yesterday. But go ahead and let the party know. As I understand it, our plan is to go topside and then come back more ready to go after something big.
Is it in our way to go topside?
It's in the direction, like, if you want to travel the most direct route back, it will take you in the direction, one of the directions this is going.
Well, I vote to get topside with the directions that we know, instead of, trying to find another route and maybe get lost.
Hey, I didn't get us lost. I knew where I was going, I promise.
You guys get up, get settled, get on the way. Jawbreaker gives you a pretty good sense, Iberkeet, that he can continue to see this. And you travel for 3 or 4 hours, and the direction you need to go is basically straight ahead. And the little warp of energy that Jawbreaker is tracking goes off to the right.
I'll mark it on the map.
A couple of times during that initial trek, you will hear Brunhilde lag behind slightly and produce a whistle signal and wait like 30 seconds for any response before jogging up to catch up, unless you're stopping and waiting. Like with sort of like a I need to go Google some bird sounds.
Right. So as you guys come to this branch that Cryor marks on the map, and Brunhilde makes this bird call signal, like at the third time she's done it, it's pretty obvious that this is some sort of like signal, right? After 10 or 15, well, probably longer than that, after a little while, you hear just the faintest, it could be an echo, it could be a response. A tufted titmouse, sure. I don't know what that sounds like, but yeah.
Like a bird goes.
So you hear what could be an echo, or it could be a response, and it's from, so ahead of you is what you're all certain at this point is out, and to the right, this echo returns.
It's hard to whistle a kookaburra.
Hey, fair.
Continue on your way out, or not.
Brunhilde's just stood at the intersection looking towards the front, towards the right, towards the front, towards the right. And then she will just blast off the all clear or I'm safe combo signal and follow if the rest wants to go out.
Oh, good. Brunhilde, just as you're turning to go and follow the rest of the group out, you get the like confirmation signal.
Well, at least I know that I know it's them and not just an echo.
They rolled really good a couple times. Another 3 hours, and in the early afternoon, your time sense, for those of you who have it, says lunchtime. You can see you climb out the like huge chamber with many holes. You climb out of a different one than you went into, Brunhilde, but it's the same one that the rest of the party went into. Except for Beryl. Beryl, you're just like, wow, this is a big place with a lot of holes in it. Well, got a lot of holes in one wall, and then it's got it's like a big dome of a cave, and then there's just one big hole going towards the other side. And you can see daylight in front of you.
Just birds.
Just at the edge. And as you guys are walking down the hallway, you feel the strongest wind you have ever felt in your life. Probably enough to knock the lighter of you over. Those of you who are more sure-footed or large like Zari kind of lean into it. And then you hear a great sound of clashing. It sounds like somebody took 100 pots and pans and dumped them out onto the ground. Only each pot and pan is the size of a building. And as the wind abates and you turn behind you, you see a huge, screaming, metallic figure forming up out of more than one of the holes. And we'll leave it there for the day. So, thank you to the players for playing. Thank you to everybody for watching. It has been great having you here. Bye.